talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Keep this frequency clear.
And now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute, that powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
You're watching The Truth is Viral, the only news program on the internet trusted to deliver the truth since 2008. And now, here's your host, Mr. Bobby Powell.
Welcome back to The Truth is Viral Live. I'm your host, Bob Powell, and I have something to tell you guys. It just seemed a little too easy, didn't it? How the Bureau of Land Management backed down at the Bundy Ranch. I have had several pieces of information come across my desk in the last few hours that seem to lend support to the theory that this is a ploy. It's a trap designed to get all of the patriots, all of the militia that had gathered to defend the Bundys to go away. And once they're gone, then the Bureau of Land Management will have their way with Cliven Bundy and his family. Got several pieces of evidence, as I said. The first one comes from SteveQuayle.com. Steve is not the source of this information. The source of the information is, in fact, Doug Hagmann. And for those of you that don't know who Doug Hagmann is, he's a private investigator, has a radio show. It's called Hagmann and Hagmann that he hosts with his son. And they do a pretty good job of getting the truth out there. And he's got some really good contacts inside the Department of Homeland Security. And information that he's released in the past has come to fruition. So let's see what Doug Hagmann has to say here on Steve Quayle's website. At 1750 hours Eastern Time, I was contacted by my source within the Department of Homeland Security regarding the current situation at the Bundy Ranch. To put it bluntly, the people are being hoodwinked into believing that the situation is resolved. It is not. It is a strategic de-escalation to fool the public. This source stated that the retreat of the BLM agents and the release of the cattle was actually crafted as a potential plan yesterday, which, according to this letter, is Friday, April 11th, based on the following. Number one, a military assessment of satellite and drone surveillance imagery of the Patriot resistance. Drones under the control of the U.S. military were in use, taking real-time photographic images of not just the activity at the ranch, but identifying the protesters, any arms and supplies they might have been carrying. Mission accomplished. Second objective, real-time communication intercepts between patriots on site and their off-site support. Now, this is something that we experienced firsthand as we were live streaming. It didn't matter who was live streaming. Myself, Pete Santilli, other alternative media hosts, we were all having major problems with our connectivity. So we experienced that firsthand. Number three, active monitoring of internet traffic regarding the coverage of events at ranch. Number four, the monitoring of real-time video from the scene. This source stated that a response by the Patriot movement was anticipated, although it did exceed their expectations. Although this was a real operation, they also ran this as a test case for future government operations once they saw the response. They were actively managing the media, in some cases threatening to cut off White House access to anyone covering the event. Despite this, the coverage by the alternative media began to create a public relations problem that is not easily managed. Note the lack of acknowledgement by the White House regarding this event. They are intentionally framing it as a state issue, despite the fact that all federal response has been and continues to be from the White House. There is reason for this, a reason that has not been identified in any of the public reports to date. I will explain in further detail in a follow-up report on Sunday, after this source attends, the event has been redacted, to obtain more specific information about future federal operations. Regardless, according to this source, the government will take back their land as they must to fulfill international obligations. It was never about grazing rights or anything other than securing clear title to the land and further demonizing any patriotic resistance. It is my understanding, based on the information from this source, that it is a critical task to create a situation that will also advance their agenda of gun control and confiscation. A more detailed report will follow on Sunday, April 13th, 2014, with additional and much more specific information about their inside plans and future operations. Please make this viral. Well, Doug, it's only my pleasure to do so. That is my job. That is actually the name of this show. The truth is viral. And yeah, a couple of things that he said, rang true. Okay, we have seen, the proof has come out that Harry Reid and his son have been involved in a land deal with Chinese energy interests in order to put a solar farm, of all things, on the Bundy property. Of course, Clark County was giving it to the Chinese at a fire sale price. The appraised property price was somewhere around $18 million, and Clark County was giving it to the Chinese for 4.5. And how much you want to bet that quite a bit of that money, or money from somewhere, ended up in Mr. Harry Reid's pocket? How about a piece of trash for a senator, that Mr. Harry Reid? A real piece of garbage, him and his son both. Let's see. Yeah, further demonizing any patriotic resistance. What was the first thing that happened after this standoff ended in quotes? Okay. Well, far left websites started calling all of us in the Patriot movement terrorists. And the Southern Poverty Law Center actually went so far as to place Mr. Cliven Bundy on the list of domestic extremists. He is now a domestic terrorist, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center. And that really upsets me, because I've been calling Obama a murdering prick, a treasonous asshole, and Eric Holder too, and John McCain, and Lindsey Graham, and Southern Poverty Law Center not paying me any attention. I've been talking about this for 2 years, and I'm not on their list of domestic terrorists yet. Well, I'm pissed. That's okay. I'm on other lists, I'm sure. Okay, so that was one thing that crossed my desk, and it's definitely very interesting. I'm not going to show you this comment, but I was forwarded some information by a United States Marine that is out there, and he tells me that there are many federal agents and National Guard in Mesquite, which is not too far from Bunkerville. The Best Western is full, and they're asking for rooms at the Holiday Inn. He says, quote unquote, they've got badass guns, and they've got local police dressed in fatigues. That's a claim that I could check out, so I did. I called the Best Western in Mesquite, and they are indeed full. And then I called the Holiday Inn, and I didn't approach it as though I was a reporter. I was just looking for a room. And I'd like you to listen to this conversation and pay special attention to what happens when I say the phrase ATF.
Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Hi, did the group from ATF get there yet?
From what?
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. We were supposed to meet at one of the hotels. up there tonight. Ooh, just hung up on me.
Yeah, she did. And that was very interesting that she hung up on me like that. But you know, it could have been a mistake, right? Accidentally, you know, dropped the phone on the hook.
Okay, so I just got a tip.
So I called back, and this is what I said.
Okay.
Holiday Inn.
Hi, I think we accidentally got disconnected. Do you have any rooms left available?
No, we're sold out.
You're sold out? Oh my
Yep.
gosh. The Best Western sold out too. What other hotels are close by?
I think everybody in town is sold out.
Jeez, I get my orders last all the time. But anyway, did that group from ATF get there? I'm looking for Special Agent. Hello? Yeah, that's Hanky. That is definitely Hanky.
Yeah, that is definitely hinky. She hangs up on me twice after I mention the phrase ATF, or alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. So what is that all about, folks? It's just beyond rude. I don't understand that, other than the fact that either A, she's been told not to mention the fact that there are law enforcement officers there, or B, the phone lines are tapped, and whenever something is said that the federal government doesn't want them to be leaking information out, they just cut the line. So that's one of two possibilities. Now, I have somebody on the ground in Mesquite that's going to go check this out, and I would appreciate it if you would keep this person in your prayers. Form a shield of protection around them, that no evil plan formed to work against them. Let the angel Gabriel come down with his fiery sword, swing it around and kick some satanic ass. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, folks. Think about this for just a second, though. The Bureau of Land Management got on the stage this morning in Bunkerville, and they said, we're gonna stand down because we don't want there to be any loss of life among our employees or among the citizenry. Isn't that sweet? A total turnaround from Waco, where ATF burned those people alive. Men, women, and children. Murdered them. FBI sniper Lon Horiuchi, fresh off of putting a bullet through Vicki Weaver's face while she was holding her baby, was at Waco, shooting people as they ran out of the burning building. So no, I don't think we have a kinder, gentler government. No, not at all. I think we have a sneakier government, and I don't trust them one itty bitty bit. Now, what I've said tonight is speculation. Okay, none of this is any proof in all by itself, but taken all together, it says something to me. Think about it. When was the last time that the federal government ever backed down from an armed group? Ever. They never have. Just like the Twin Towers falling as a result of burning jet fuel. This is another one of those first-time events. I don't think it's over yet. They've still got that federal court order, I think Bureau of Land Management is going to be back. And I think that they're going to be back with reinforcements. I think that those reinforcements are going to include members of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I think that those reinforcements are going to include private mercenaries. I mean, we've seen private mercenaries already. The men in the ranch riot video that Pete Santilli shot, 3 of them have beards, 2 of them are full-face beards, and according to federal grooming standards, that's a no-no for any federal agent. So those guys had to have been private military contractors stuck into Bureau of Land Management uniforms. You know, I went to the BLM website, and they've only got 270 full-time employees. And there were at least 1,000 federal officers out there. So, you know, they said that it's all Bureau of Land Management. Well, bullshit. Well, they're just lying. That's all these people do. Lie, lie, lie. And I'm sick of it. And, you know, that's why you'll never catch me lying. Not on this program. I won't do it. I only got 2 things left, like Tony Montana said, my balls and my word, and I'm not going to break either one of them for anybody if I don't want to. So yeah, that's where we are. I don't think that I don't think this is over. It was just too easy. So make sure that you keep the Bundys in your prayers. Keep everybody in your prayers, even these federal goons. You know, ask the Father to impress on their hearts that what they're doing is wrong. I don't know if that'll do any good or not, but we've got to try. You know, just keep everybody in your prayers, because this whole thing, this whole mess, not just the Bundy Ranch, everything that's coming is a huge mess. And along the way, we need to make sure that we save as many lives as possible, and hopefully win a few souls for Jesus Christ. That is the stated mission of this show, and that is what I will continue to do as long as I have breath in my body. Don't forget to like The Truth is Viral on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, go to the blog at bobpowell.blogspot.com and subscribe to that. Join the my Bob Powell and The Truth is Viral Google Plus circles. You know, we're just popping up all over the place. We've got a forum at ttiv.formotion.com. My Marine Corps brother Jimmy is doing an excellent job of keeping that place up to date. And we're also in a partnership with Before It's News. Before It's News is one of the finest alternative news aggregators on the internet. And if you have not yet discovered it, you need to discover it now. So I guess that's all we've got for this segment of the Truth is Viral Live. Thank you for watching. And as always, my name is Bob Powell. God bless, Semper Fi, and hoorah.
Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral with your host, Bobby Powell. Make sure to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter at The Truth is Viral. Like The Truth is Viral on Facebook, and if you can, please remember to donate to the cause via PayPal at www.bobpowell.blogspot.com.
Back runner, you're gaming.